Thank you very much. My name is Brad Woodhouse with Americans United for Change. I'm very proud to be part of a group. By the way, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. It is unfortunate and tragic that you have to be here tonight. It's depressing and it's wrong. Many people have asked about the bags. The bags at your feet, the bags on stage, are filled with electric candles. They're very similar to the luminaries you see that are used in prayer vigils, religious observances, and other venues. They are to represent the gravity, the solemnity, the somberness, and the respectfulness with which we are going to conduct ourselves tonight and with which this debate in the Senate should be conducted. So I want to thank you all for coming. Americans United for Change is proud to be involved in a coalition with MoveOn.org, VoteVets.org, Win Without War, U.S. Action, SEIU, USAA, and a number of other groups called Americans Against Escalation in Iraq that is fanned out across this country to put Republicans and President Bush on notice. It's time to stop obstructing an end to the war. And that's what we are here. That's what we are here to say tonight in a solemn and somber fashion. It is time to get serious. It's time to set politics aside. It's time to put our troops ahead of loyalty to a discredited and disgraceful president. Now, this is an awesome event happening right here in Washington, D.C., in the shadow of the Capitol, but you should know that there are 150 events like this happening all across the country, and there is one in every state of a Senate Republican who is standing in the way of ending the war in Iraq. I watched today. I could not believe to hear Senator Trent Lott say, "We'll give you a vote. We'll give you a vote right now." And he's full of it. They want to give us a vote that requires a supermajority in the Senate to pass a bill to safely end the war in Iraq. A majority of Americans want to end the war. A majority of this Congress wants to end the war. And but for a stubborn president and a stubborn Senate minority, this war would have already be on the way to being ended. So thank you all for coming. I want to jump right into our program. Again, I want to stress that we're doing this. The bags, the candles, they represent the solemnity of the event, and we want to keep it in that vein. I want to introduce and then have them come to stage in succession. The beginning of our program will be joined in a few minutes by Senator Reid, Speaker Pelosi, members of the House and Senate. But behind me and coming up to speak are John Bruns, an Iraq War veteran who served as an infantry sergeant in Operation Iraqi Freedom. John was part of the initial invasion of March 2003 with the Army's 3rd Brigade in the 1st Armored Division. Tracy Miller from Baltimore is a military mom. She lost her son in Fallujah 2.5 years ago. Andrew Horn served in both Desert Storm and Iraqi Freedom, rising from the rank of private to lieutenant colonel during his 27-year career in the Marines. Michelle Manning Brandish of New York, New York. She comes from a military family, a family of volunteers, and she volunteers for the Wounded Warrior Project. She does outreach with military wives. Her brother Jonathan is a specialist in the Army with the 2nd Stryker Brigade out of Fort Lewis, Washington. He was deployed on April 3rd and has been told that he'll be in Iraq for the next 18 months. And John Soltz, part of the heart and soul of Americans Against Escalation in Iraq, part of the heart and soul of this effort to safely and responsibly end the war. John served as a captain during Operation Iraqi Freedom, deploying logistics convoys with the 1st Armored Division from May to September of 2003. He is the co-chairman and founder of VoteVets.org. And now I'd like to turn it over to John Bruns. John?